Hey there, Venture Horizons here. We're out trying to push this route further north. We've got it to Harper's Ferry. That's from the Shenandoah Trail. So the best thing we could do, we tried it yesterday, going up through Maryland and up through PA, and just did not like the route. Come out a little bit west of Gettysburg and tried going up through there the way the BDR is, and not go exactly follow the BDR, but I just couldn't find anything that was worth routing up through there. So the best I could do from Harper's Ferry is to backtrack on the BDR, the MA BDR, and we're going to follow it west and then try to get across the Potomac around Hancock, Maryland. And I think I found a little sliver to go through to get up into PA. Right now, this little route through here is just a lot of hard top. It's not that good of a route. Hoping to get in PA and it be a lot better, because right now there's not a lot of, actually no dirt we've hit today at all. There was a couple of little places that I tried to go down through that it was showing on county maps that it was a dirt road, but the Park Service has it cut off around Harper's Ferry. And then another road that goes down beside the railroad tracks that follows the Potomac. They've got it shut down, so couldn't use it. So right now, like I said, we're on actually the MABDR. We're going to steal a piece of it, just enough to try to get through this corridor here, because if you go too far south, you hit Martinsburg. If you go too far east, you start getting into the DC stuff, the Leesburg, and then even further east, you hit Baltimore. And if you go the way out of Harper's Ferry, you're basically running the BDR, then why have another route if you're following the BDR, with the exception of where we're at. And then if you go straight out of Harper's Ferry and go a little further west, you hit Hagerstown. So there's, like I said, small little corridors that we're trying to get in to not get back into the populous areas, so trying to take back roads, But right now, as of right now, there's no dirt anywhere. It's just, it's one of the things that it's going to have to be till we get pushed further north. And the BDR is the same way. Like I said, we are on the BDR right now, and you can see it's just a 2-lane road right there, and probably within 15 minutes of Hancock, Maryland. And then, Maryland's very, very narrow right there, so we'll get over and get in PA. I did find hopefully some dirt roads up in PA that I've got mapped out, and we're just going to go in there a little further, but not a lot today. But that's where we're at with trying to push this a little bit further north. And so right now that's all I got to report on. I'll let you know if we find anything else out. Maybe a little bit further on up the road, we'll hit some good dirt and maybe get some footage. Well, we made it back. Pretty much followed the BDR going up, crossed over in Hancock, Maryland there, because there's very few places to cross over the Potomac. Went up north a little bit, rode a bunch today, and only found really 2 gravel roads. So from Harper's Ferry all the way up into PA's 100% hard top. Like I said, followed the BDR going up. Really didn't like it. It just, that part of the BDR just was not a good route. And coming back, took a different way. It's a little bit more 2-lane. It's a little bit more scenic, the part of the BDR that went through there. Yeah, it went on some single-lane roads, but really wasn't that much to see. And went up, like I said, went to the 2-lane road. Some of it's still following the BDR, but we did change it a little bit. It's one of those things that you were going left and right on back roads, on single-lane roads, and to me, it'd just be better off going on a nice 2-lane road and go ahead and stretch it out and get on to the good stuff, and spend all day going left and right. And it's still left and right. I mean, there's like I said, there's just very, very limited space to get in between the populated areas up through there. It's just, I mean, that's the way it is if you're going in northeast up through there, unless, ideally, if I didn't have the Shenandoah Trail, I would have put it up the middle of West Virginia, which would probably have been the better alternative. Have been some really good riding, but I do like the Shenandoah Trail. It's pretty good, and to continue it further north, I think this is probably going to be the better option. So it does crisscross in and out of the BDR, and then we are now up into PA. So it will be actually west of the BDR right now, and I'm sure we'll probably cross and maybe even use a little bit of it. I mean, like I said, there's some of these areas that you want to try to make a totally different route, but sometimes there's just very little other alternatives that you have to do. There's only so many places it's actually a decent place to ride, and some of these state forests, national forests, you just kind of got to use the same. So, and we all do. I mean, the BDR's got a lot of the old Trans-Eastern Trail, from what I understand, and some of the going through Virginia, the Blue Ridge Trail. So everybody uses everybody else's trails. I just don't want to use use everything that they have and rebrand it as my own. That's not what I do. And I'm not here to compete against the BDR. I'm just here to give people different options, especially on this one here. It would be a good return trip, or however you run it. And, where it does touch sometimes, you could, decide, hey, well, that seems like a better scenic route, or a little bit more technical, and do my portion. So, I mean, that's... and one thing that we're trying to do versus the BDR is trying to tie in all of our trails, all of our routes, whereas they really don't. They just make big standalone routes, which is fine. I mean, it's very popular. It's just not it's not really the framework we're going to try to go for. So, but yeah, we worked today. I had worked my regular job, worked till about 3. Then went back to Harper's Ferry and tried working around. And there's just no way. There's everything that was a good workaround that would have been a little bit off-road shut down. So, like I said, up to there to a place called, I think, Hedgesville. It's pretty much the BDR. And then around Hedgesville we do diverge a little bit. So, and then come back together at Hancock where they go, because, like I said, there's only a certain couple of places to get across the Potomac. But not real happy. But when you look at it, hopefully the bigger scheme of things of stretching it out all the way up to hopefully Maine, and then maybe to the Gulf eventually. What's 60 miles of just back roads? I mean, in the scheme of things, if you were just trying to put a route that was 100 miles and 60 of it was hardtop, you probably wouldn't enjoy it. But when you talk that you've already come 600 miles from Tennessee, which is what we've currently got mapped, it wouldn't be too bad. So we'll go in here and take a shower and get ready to head to bed. It's been a long day. I've got to go back to work tomorrow, so probably get off here and upload this here in a little bit. So hope you guys have a good evening, and thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching.